Mary, the mother of Jesus, stands as a timeless symbol of faith, courage, and unwavering devotion. Her life, though rooted in ancient times, holds profound lessons for us today. Mary's story is one of humility, obedience, and extraordinary strength. She faced challenges head-on, trusting in God's plan even when it seemed impossible. Mary was a young woman from Nazareth, a small town in Galilee. She lived a simple life, guided by her faith and commitment to God. Mary's life was forever changed when the angel Gabriel appeared before her. This divine encounter marked the beginning of an incredible journey for Mary, filled with unimaginable blessings and unforeseen trials. Through it all, Mary's faith never wavered, her spirit never broke. Imagine a young woman going about her daily life when suddenly an angel appears. This is precisely what happened to Mary. The angel Gabriel's visit was no ordinary event. Mary was promised to be the mother of Jesus, the Son of God. This news, while joyous, came with immense responsibility and potential hardship. Yet Mary's response was one of remarkable faith and surrender. She didn't question God's plan or doubt her ability to fulfill this extraordinary calling. Instead, she simply said, "I am the Lord's servant. May your word to me be fulfilled." What a powerful declaration of trust and obedience. The birth of Jesus is a story cherished by millions around the world. It's a story of humility, simplicity, and the fulfillment of God's promises. Mary's journey to Bethlehem, the humble circumstances of Jesus' birth, and the arrival of the shepherds all point to God's love for humanity. He chose to reveal himself not in a palace, but in a manger, accessible to all. Mary's experience of giving birth in a stable teaches us about humility and trusting God in the most unexpected circumstances. Imagine the challenges she faced, yet she remained steadfast in her faith, finding strength in God's presence. The Nativity story reminds us that God often works in unconventional ways. He doesn't need our grand plans or perfect circumstances to fulfill his purposes. God values humility and obedience. The true meaning of Christmas lies not in elaborate decorations or expensive gifts, but in celebrating the birth of Jesus. The wedding at Cana provides a glimpse into Mary's compassionate heart and unwavering faith. When the wine ran out, Mary noticed the host's distress and turned to Jesus. She didn't demand a miracle or tell Jesus what to do. Instead, she simply said, "They have no more wine," trusting that Jesus would handle the situation. This simple statement reveals Mary's deep faith in her son. She knew that Jesus had the power to help, even though he had not yet performed any miracles. Mary's example encourages us to bring our needs to Jesus, trusting in his love and power to provide for us. We may not always see the solution or understand how God will intervene, but we can rest assured that he hears our prayers and cares about our needs. Mary didn't need to see the wine replenished to believe that Jesus would act. She trusted in his power and love, even when the situation seemed impossible. Mary's life was not without its share of trials. From the hardships of Jesus' birth to witnessing his crucifixion, Mary experienced the full spectrum of human emotion. Yet, through it all, her love for her son never wavered. She stood by him, supporting him in his ministry, even when others doubted or rejected him. The Gospels offer glimpses into Mary's strength and resilience as she navigated the challenges of motherhood. She worried about Jesus' safety, pondered his teachings in her heart, and witnessed his growing popularity and the opposition it attracted. Through it all, Mary's faith remained a constant, grounding her in the midst of uncertainty. One of the most poignant moments in Mary's life was standing at the foot of the cross as Jesus was crucified. Imagine the pain, the anguish, the unbearable grief she must have felt. Yet, even in that moment of unimaginable sorrow, Mary remained a pillar of strength and unwavering devotion. The image of Mary standing at the foot of the cross is etched into the hearts of Christians worldwide. It speaks volumes about her unwavering devotion to Jesus, even in his darkest hour. While others fled in fear, Mary remained, her heart breaking yet her spirit steadfast. She refused to abandon her son, choosing instead to share in his suffering. Mary's presence at the crucifixion is a powerful testament to the depth of her love and the strength of her faith. It reminds us that true devotion means standing by those we love, through thick and thin, in moments of triumph and in times of despair. It means offering comfort, support, and unwavering love, no matter the cost. Mary's silent witness to Jesus' suffering is a profound lesson in compassion and empathy. It teaches us to weep with those who weep, to offer comfort to the brokenhearted, and to stand in solidarity with those who are hurting. In Mary's unwavering devotion, we find a model for our own faith journey. The resurrection of Jesus is the cornerstone of Christian faith, a beacon of hope that pierces the darkness of despair. After witnessing the horror of the crucifixion, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb, her heart heavy with grief. But what she found there would forever change the course of history. The tomb was empty. Jesus was alive. Imagine Mary Magdalene's joy, her overwhelming relief, as the reality of the resurrection washed over her. In that moment, sorrow turned to jubilation. Despair gave way to uncontainable hope. The resurrection is a testament to God's power over death, His victory over sin, and His promise of eternal life. For Mary, the resurrection was not just a historical event, but a deeply personal experience. It was a confirmation of her faith, a validation of her unwavering devotion, and a promise of eternal life, not just for Jesus, but for all who believe in Him. Mary's life, though rooted in ancient times, continues to inspire and challenge us today. Her story transcends cultural and generational boundaries, offering timeless lessons in faith, courage, obedience, and love. Mary's legacy is not confined to history books or stained glass windows. It lives on in the hearts of countless individuals who find strength, solace, and inspiration in her extraordinary life. Throughout the centuries, artists, poets, musicians, and theologians have found inspiration in Mary's story. She is depicted as a Madonna, a grieving mother, a faithful disciple, and a powerful intercessor. Her life and virtues continue to be celebrated, reminding us of the power of faith, the importance of humility, and the transformative power of God's love. Mary's legacy challenges us to embrace the same spirit of faith, courage, and unwavering devotion that marked her own life. In today's world, where uncertainty, fear, and division often seem to prevail, Mary's example offers a beacon of hope and a guiding light. Her life teaches us the importance of faith, the power of prayer, and the transformative power of God's love. Mary's story is particularly relevant in a world grappling with complex challenges and searching for meaning and purpose. Mary's willingness to embrace God's plan, even when it seemed impossible, speaks volumes to a generation facing unprecedented challenges. Her courage in the face of adversity, her unwavering faith in the midst of uncertainty, and her steadfast love for her Son, even in his darkest hour, offer a timeless model for navigating life's complexities. Mary's example also speaks to the power of prayer and the importance of seeking God's guidance in our lives. In a world often driven by noise, distractions, and competing demands, Mary's example invites us to pause, to reflect, and to connect with God in the silence of our hearts. Through prayer, we open ourselves to God's wisdom, His peace, and His guidance. How can we in our everyday lives embrace the lessons Mary teaches us? How can we cultivate her spirit of faith, courage, and unwavering devotion? It begins with a willingness to open our hearts to God, to surrender to His will, and to trust in His plan for our lives. Just as Mary said yes to God's call, we too are invited to embrace His plan for our lives, even when we don't fully understand it. Cultivating Mary's spirit of courage requires us to step outside of our comfort zones, to confront our fears, and to trust that God will equip us for every challenge we face. It means standing up for what we believe in, even when it's unpopular, and speaking out against injustice, even when it's difficult. Most importantly, living Mary's example requires us to embrace the transformative power of love. Love for God, love for our neighbor, and love for ourselves. Mary's life was a testament to the power of unconditional love, a love that knows no bounds, a love that perseveres through trials, and a love that finds strength in faith. As we navigate the complexities of life, let us turn to Mary as a source of inspiration and guidance. Pause 2S. Here are some interesting facts about faith and devotion that connect with Mary's life. Pause 1S. Did you know that faith can improve mental health by reducing stress and anxiety? Pause 2S. Mary's unwavering faith in God provided her with immense strength and peace, even during the most challenging moments of her life. This is a testament to the power of faith in fostering mental well-being. Pause 3S. Studies show that people who practice faith regularly tend to live longer and have a stronger sense of purpose. Pause 2S. Mary's life was filled with purpose and meaning. guided by her deep devotion and trust in God's plan. Her story reminds us that a life rooted in faith can lead to a fulfilling and purposeful existence. Pause 3S. Devotion and faith have been shown to foster a sense of community and belonging, which is essential for overall well-being. Pause 2S. Mary's role in the early Christian community exemplifies the importance of faith in building strong, supportive relationships. Her devotion not only strengthened her own faith, but also inspired and uplifted those around her. Pause 2S. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the Closer to God channel for more inspiring content. Pause 2S. Thank you for watching, and may you find strength and inspiration in Mary's story as you continue your own journey of faith and devotion.